The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
How are you, Ash? Spring in your step, deep sleep.
I'm good. Yeah, had a good sleep. And
Did you?
I feel like I'm at odds with everyone about the Kendrick Lamar performance. I was on our group chat yesterday.
Yeah, you were
I was
texting me saying how good is it?
He has knocked this out of the park. I thought it was unbelievable. I reckon people will talk about it for a long time. Serena Williams was there.
That was the most out of the park bit. That's crazy. What an in-your-face moment to Drake.
Yeah, I didn't.
He's your ex.
I didn't realise they went out together.
Neither did I.
Neither did I until it happened, and then all of a sudden, boom.
Has she got beef with him?
Well, obviously,
Yeah.
because that's quite the up yours.
Yeah, that's the ultimate up yours.
She should have been dancing with his Grammys.
Yeah.
That would have been the best up yours possible. Imagine that.
But it's been kind of slammed.
Yeah, well, yeah, I just said to Luttsy in the kitchen, I'm looking at these headlines saying it was the worst performance of all time.
Lackluster is what I was at the top article when I went to look for the full replay this morning.
Really?
Yeah.
I've only seen one bit, the bit that you sent me when he did They Not Like Us.
Ah,
And
right.
His rapping was on point, but then when he
No.
has to hold a note, it's really quite funny. And my son Will, who's used to auto-tune and has never really listened to live music, goes, why does he sound weird?
Yeah, right. He doesn't have to hold many notes, does he? He was always rapping when I was hearing him. It
Yeah.
sounded really clear.
Yeah, maybe just at the end of, like when he does
Yeah.
that, maybe he does a bit.
Well, the
but
crowd
he's
held
not known as a
minor
singer.
for him. Minor.
Yeah, right.
The
Yeah.
crowd did that one for him, thank Christ. But I
I couldn't
enjoyed
believe
what
that
I
he
saw.
did that. Like, I mean, imagine Drake yesterday. like they had to get to Drake. Like, that's not holding
He's
back.
here.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, there's some-
wherever he was, that's a bad day
There's
out
some very
there.
funny memes going around because I think it was raining in Melbourne that day as well. And they're like, Drake's fine, having a great time in Melbourne. It's just him in the rain.
Yeah, oh, wow. Well, what did you think? Did you like it or?
I haven't seen all of it either, but yeah, like it's a different, like having a rapper do the show. Like
Yeah.
there's not as much showbiz around like what they've had the last couple of years.
And they're not iconic like
Yeah.
old songs. I mean, they're just like...
But if you're going to put someone up who does what he does,
Yes.
you know, he's probably the best one you can put up there at the moment. I'm just impressed about the self-editing, taking out all the expletives.
Goes to show, doesn't it? You don't have to swear.
No, it was like dump button bingo. I was
Yeah.
just waiting for the
Yeah.
buzzer to be
Yeah.
pressed. But yeah. I need to watch more of it, obviously, so I can be more judgmental, it would seem.
We all need more of it.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
You know how you have those days where your instincts are just on the money, where you know that something's going to happen. You've got the vibe that
Yeah.
something potentially bad's going to happen. That happened to me yesterday. So I got home, had a nap, and I let the dog out to play on the beach in the canal.
Whiskey.
And then, normally she plays happily, no dramas whatsoever. And then I just had this feeling. And then I walked out. And as I walked out, I called her up. A bull shark
For some reason, I had a
crashes the
feeling this was going
pontoon.
to... Really?
What?
Crashes the pontoon just near where she was. And that's the first time I've seen one there.
Well, what do you mean crashed it? So it charged it?
Yes, I think it was chasing Trevally or Brim or whatever.
Right.
And it's the first time I've seen one there. I'm just like, oh. And then I yelled out to Jeremy, Jeremy, come down. There's a big one. And then he's thinking I'm just making shit up. And then there it is, just cruising through the canal.
Fin
Big.
up, fin out.
Fin just below the water. So it's drawing this big, like,
you ever swim in it?
submarine ripple.
Do you ever swim in it?
Yes.
You do?
The kids do and everything.
Yeah.
But that's the first time because there's a guy, our neighbour, swims up and down every day religiously.
Oh, my God, come
But he
on.
didn't. So he was in touch too. And then we went for a walk later that day.
How big was it?
It made a very big splash. I'd say, I don't know, for a bull shark, it would have been about 1.5 meters. Like, it was not little.
Big enough.
Big enough. And then we went for a walk later and I said to Jeremy, I've just got shark vibes again. And so we didn't let Whiskey go down on the other side as well. 2 sharks, side by side, fins up, just cruising.
Come on.
And I'm like, 3 sharks in one day after not seeing any sharks ever? And I'm like, see, I'm in touch with the land. I'm feeling it. I've got the vibes.
You can't swim in those canals anymore, can you? Like, I get angry at Mum and Dad for letting me and my brother swim in, like, when we were kids. like in the 80s.
They don't like gingers.
We lived in the canal at Runaway Bay. We every afternoon we used to get a tyre tube in the middle, and all the kids from the canals would come and congregate in the middle of the canal on this big tractor tyre tube.
Apparently they don't like kids.
But, no, I wouldn't do that now.
They don't like
But
gingers, but they like dogs.
No, gingers won't get touched by them. Yeah.
No,
The dogs, I reckon.
they like dogs.
Every time I see a dog on Instagram, I've got a friend in Sydney that she'll just throw them in the harbour or whatever. What are you doing? Like,
Well, the harbour's even worse.
exactly. Like it's like just waiting to happen. Surely it does happen a lot with dogs, does it?
It hasn't happened much lately because, on the Sunshine Coast, that would be
please
massive
let's not take
news.
a phone on that. I don't want to take those
No,
phones.
that's not a phoner. Please, let's not have a phoner. But it was just crazy. 3 sharks
They're
in
there,
one
Nikki.
day.
They're there. You just have to accept that they're there.
But it was weird that I had the oots just before it happened.
Yeah, it's funny how that happens sometimes. You just get that feeling.
You just know.
You're tuned in.
And I had that in Moreton Island when I was tower jumping. We had the boat moored off Tangalooma. And then everyone had gone in. I don't know if I've told this on air or
not
just in
Tangalooma.
person. Yeah, Tangalooma, unfortunately, outside the Moreton Bay Boat Club. And then everyone had gone in to the campsite and we kept jumping for a while. And then it was just that vibe again. It got a bit overcast and we just went, oh, maybe we should swim in. It's about 150 metres swim to shore. We're swimming in just as we get to about waist deep. I sensed something. I turned around. I hit my friend. I kid you not, a giant great white was charging at us.
Oh, come on.
Great white.
A great white was charging at us. And we just ran like lunatics and it had to divert its course because it was going to hit the sandbank. And anyway, we set off the shark alarm and they cleared the island. They cleared all the water and everything. No one was allowed in the water. And then my dad, who'd been out game fishing that day, came in and goes, we saw the biggest white just on the sandbar coming in.
my God.
I'm like, yeah, it tried to eat me.
Oh, my God.
So there's all my shark stories. Just got them out.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
All right, we're joined by 2 very special guests that have come into the studio this morning. I'm stunned to find out that it was 23 years ago that one of our favourite films, Hey Luttsy. I mean, how many times have we quoted Getting Square over the years? Just a great Aussie film. And that was 23 years ago, and there's a sequel that's been made. Same director, same star, David Wenham, of course, is the star. Where's my bus fare? Yeah, that's all right for you to say, but where's my bus fare? For 23 years ago, and then the writer-director, Jonathan Toplitsky, who are back with a new film called Spit, which is the sequel to Getting Square, and they're in the studio this morning. It's great to have you here,
Oh,
guys.
yeah.
We're excited.
Yes, good morning.
Talent.
Morning,
Good morning.
everyone. Yeah, it's great to be here.
Well, Jonathan, 23 years ago. Can you talk to us about the genesis of Getting Square? I reckon there'll be heaps of our listeners the same position as us. They've just loved this little Aussie film that went on to great things, and then you're back for a sequel. But how did it all start?
Well, I met Chris, who actually wrote Getting Square,
Yes.
and
Chris Nice.
Chris Nice, yeah, and loved the script. It was laugh out loud, funny, and great characters. And so we got that going. I'd just done a film with David, and so I was really keen for us to work together again. And I sent him the script, and it was a very, very sort of sought after role.
Yeah.
But I just had a really clear idea that David would do something really amazing with it. And and 23 years later, it's proved to be. And so over the years, we've always really, really wanted to recreate Spiteri in some form.
Johnny
And
Spiteri.
Johnny Spiteri, and it's evolved over. Probably started about 10 years ago, and then over the last particularly 5 years, it's really evolved and taken shape. And amazingly, we got it financed, and thanks to some fantastic people who backed us. But yeah, it's been a great journey, and it's brilliant to have him back on the screen.
It's so important to hear that it took a decade for this to
Yeah.
come into fruition because
Yeah.
people think that it happened so quickly.
Overnight, yeah, exactly.
Especially
Yeah.
with people like David Wenham attached. You think it just happens, but 10 years.
Yeah, it's a hard barrier to push, but thankfully we kept pushing, and suddenly there's something on the silver screen. Yeah.
Remember the first time I ever saw you, because you're my favourite actor, David. You know, I tell you about once a year. You were stupid enough to give me your phone number at one point, which you
It's all right, you're blocked now.
But I remember it was for some reason they flew me down to the big Sydney premiere thing for Australia.
Uh-huh.
and you were up on the big press conference, the big one,
Yep.
name in front of you, and obviously Hugh and Nicole were getting the lion's share of questions, and I sort of got you back involved at that point. I think I said. I spent my entire life trying to emulate you, but I've got closer to looking more like Spit than was it Dilios from 300?
Oh my God! Yeah, right.
Hey, you look like a man mountain. What happened?
I know. Bye-bye six
What
pack.
did they do with that in 300? Were you that painted on abs or what?
No, they were actually real, I got to say.
Really?
Yeah. They were real, with a slight bit of highlight. Yeah. That was 5 months of
How did you do
insane training. Insane. Yeah.
That's incredible.
But as you can see, they're gone now.
No, you look fantastic.
It's good to look back on that and go, oh, yeah, geez, I was fit once.
So where was Spit for 23 years?
23 years. He was.
What's going? Yeah.
All right.
going
Well,
on?
he left the country right at the end of Getting Square, and he went overseas to basically get clean. And he went to a nice little dry out facility. And so he's been overseas all that time doing ridiculous things and selling out of license Disney products, essentially. And he got picked up and he was about to get, thrown into the clink over there. So he decides to come back to Australia. And he gets, under a fake passport, of course, using a fake passport. And eventually he doesn't get through. It doesn't get through immigration in
I
Australia.
just
And he
had images of him talking to the. Yes.
That's right. Yeah, he can't really talk quick enough there, so he gets thrown into immigration detention.
Right.
And that's where the
okay.
film starts.
Right.
And he meets some incredible characters in there before eventually he's let loose again on the Gold Coast.
Oh, he comes back to the Gold
Yeah,
Coast.
back onto the Goldie. It's his spiritual home, so he comes home to the Gold.
And at that point, that's when, sort of, in a sense, the history of Getting Square catches up with him. So all the people trying to kill him originally,
His past
are
comes
now-
back to haunt him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Although it's quite ironic we have you guys in here today, where they've just announced that 50-cent bus fares are here to stay. So
That's right.
That's
They should
hilarious.
thank Johnny for that.
Oh, he would be so happy.
I tell you what, I'd say it was about a few months ago. I'd just seen an exhibition at Goma, and I was just walking back to try and find my car, and I heard this guy just yelling, and I'm thinking, what on earth is happening? I turned around, and there's a bus, public transport bus, that pulls up right next to me. The bus driver opened up the door, and he's yelling out to me, going, I hope you got your bus money. I'm not going to let you on this. I'm thinking, oh, my God, that was 23 years ago. I was like, wow.
Yeah, we've got Johnny Spiteri to thank for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. He should be the face of the campaign.
I'm sure the government would love that.
You can't imagine, though, when you start making a film like that one day, and I saw you at the races one day at a great fundraiser that you were a part of, where you had that literally stitched into the collar of one of your suit coats. Was that the quote?
Who's going to pay for my bus?
Literally in the back of your...
Yeah,
Like,
I've
that's
actually
crazy.
got for Spit. Actually, I've got a couple of little jackets made with Spit on the inside lining,
Fantastic.
and
So iconic.
and it has his name inside as well.
Yeah, good. and all of that's credit to you.
Well,
Jonathan,
you know-
I mean, that all came from you.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, Chris wrote it, and then Chris and I worked on it,
Yeah,
developed it, and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's been a brilliant. I mean, when you hang out with Spiteri on a day-to-day basis, it's just a really great day and a great experience. And he brings such a Australian pathos to everything he does.
Does he go full method? Is he Spit for the entire filming?
The great thing is at least he's an ex-junkie now. He hasn't been on the gear for 20-something years. So think, if I did go the method, it wouldn't really matter too much.
He goes the methadone now.
Yes.
Well, I can't wait to see it. It's Spit. That's the new film. It's the Getting Square sequel. 23 years on. I still can't believe that. And it's coming to cinemas in March of this year. The very talented Dave Wenham and Jonathan Tupletsky.
So
Thanks
good, guys.
very much, guys. Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
guys.
Yeah, good on you. Cheers.
Thanks a lot.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Luttsy's Dream Reader.
Any dream will do.
Good morning, everyone.
Well, we've asked people to jump aboard the Nova Player app, and if there's something that's just been bothering you, a recurring dream, perhaps you can't make sense of it, Luttsy is the dream reader, and that's just what Leona out of Everton Hills has done. And good morning, Leonie.
Good morning, Leonie.
Good morning. Good morning, Luttsy.
Good morning. What do you got for me?
Well, I seem to have this recurring dream where I'm travelling by train and I'm trying to get to a set destination. It doesn't matter how hard I try, I'll get on the right train. It still takes me to the wrong space. So I can never seem to get to the destination I'm after.
So what are you getting?
Destination unknown.
Are you like, do you go past the station, or will you just step off and it's the wrong station? Like, how's it all work?
No, it's almost like a lot of the time, like I'll get on the train, it's going to this destination, and then I'm on the train and it's taking me somewhere else completely different.
Wrong line.
And then it doesn't matter how many times I try, if I jump off, get onto a different train, it still won't get me to where I'm trying to go.
Do you ever interact with people that you know or anything when you're on the train? Such as you?
It's just,
You don't
Yeah, just
interact
me.
with people on public transport.
Well, in dreams you might.
You can do anything in dreams.
In dreams you can do whatever you want.
True.
That's a really interesting one. I mean, it's the obvious sort of thing there that, you know, you're chasing something in life, or maybe a destination. Maybe it's a travel sort of, might literally be a travel thing in life that you haven't ever achieved, that you're trying to achieve. I mean, have you travelled? Are you a traveller?
Yeah, I have travelled a bit over the years. So, yeah, I'm not quite sure. I mean, maybe I haven't travelled for a little while. I've been stuck in a lot of renovations of late, so I'm probably desperate for a trip. But it has sort of happened on and off over the years in different times. So
yeah, the fact that it's happened over a lot of years suggests to me that it's not about a particular person. You know what I mean? It's not like a relationship thing or something like that. I think it's a broader life quest for you, that maybe you think it's time that's something that you've been wanting to achieve, or maybe you haven't had the courage to pursue in life, that maybe you should start looking at that more seriously, and maybe you'll one day reach that station.
Very interesting.
That is interesting. Yeah, maybe there's a whole other talent that you haven't.
Yeah, I think it's a courage thing. I think it's within you, Leonie. It's Leonie, yeah. I think it's within you. You know it's there, but maybe it's just a little bit of fear of the unknown is holding you back from something.
You're just getting a little bit deep.
But Luttsy,
what I do.
If she goes on the trip,
deep
will
as
the
he
dream
goes.
stop?
Maybe it's not a trip. Maybe it's a career change. Maybe, I mean, Leonie might be the only one who knows that. If you think about it today, you think, you know what? Maybe that is what it is. So it's something that it's time I stepped up, you know?
Well, could be, yeah.
Maybe I am
Well,
a
it's something to think
balloonist
about.
for children's parties, and I haven't discovered that
Maybe
yet.
that's it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it.
Maybe I'm an influencer.
Yeah.
Maybe I should be opening a Nando's and managing that. Who knows?
Yeah. Nando's, by the way. Drake spent $2,000 at Nando's.
I know that was the segue. I was
crazy,
well
yeah.
picked up.
Beats Post Malone's record.
Or definitely something to think about.
Yeah, so have a think about that. It's, over the next couple of days. And the other thing with those dreams, remember, Leonie, if when you have the dream, then you wake up and you're at work that day, and you might remember one other little element of it. They say that can be really key for the true meaning behind the dream. That thing you remember after an amount of time.
Okay.
So just be
Oh, well,
aware.
if it
just be
happens
aware
again,
of that.
yeah.
Make a note of it.
Yeah.
I will. Thanks for that, Luttsy.
Thanks, Leonie. And I think you know what? Yeah, I can do this for you. I'm going to send you, just because you were great, I'm going to give you a $200 Soak Bathhouse voucher.
Awesome.
For the ultimate date night, give a Soak gift card starting from just $35. Visit soakbathhouse.com.au.
Nice.
Oh, wonderful. Thanks so much.
Enjoy.
Enjoy.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Nikki, your kids are like around the same age. We're all in the same mix.
Yeah, we've got teen boys.
Yeah, I go from 21 down to 13.
Yes,
My
I got
kids, so-
13 and 16.
Now, your 13-year-old, can they cook? Or can your 16-year-old cook? And if so, Mitch, I'll throw you into the mix. Your oldest is what?
12.
12. Okay. Can he cook?
Not a prayer, not a hope of the world.
He can't cook anything?
Maybe do a toasty. That'd be about it, I reckon. He wouldn't be able to put a meal together.
Yeah.
Steak, that.
No.
Yeah.
Wouldn't trust him with fire, no.
Archie's about the same. He could make a toasted sandwich. That's about it.
I think that's pretty standard for 13-year-old
I couldn't
boys.
cook when I was 13.
I mean, I could cook, but it was mostly just nachos and bad stir fries. But
Yeah,
I
you could
could
do that. Like by
Stir fries,
13,
handy.
Yeah.
I feel like by 13 I could cook. Well, I was cooking proper meals. Like
Really?
I was cooking meals. Yeah, we were Harvey Bay. Like, to be honest with you,
They didn't have McDonald's.
Yeah, we didn't have Macca's.
Oh, I grew up on Domino's.
Yeah.
There you
Explains
go,
a few
right?
things.
Yeah.
It took me like 10 years to recover and discover vegetables. Yeah.
Okay, so everyone's 13-year-olds are about as useless as everyone else's?
Definitely.
Correct. Okay. What about your 16-year-olds? Can they cook?
At GYG he can. He's like the chips master.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Oh, he
yeah.
works
Well,
at
that's got to
GYG,
help
yeah.
him out on the home
It's
front.
definitely helped. Yeah, he's starting to cook more things. He's getting more adventurous, which is good.
And also, if it's anything like my joint, it's like, be careful what you wish for, because like at 13, they've got to learn to start cooking for themselves. But when
not
they
cook for
cook
us.
now,
Yeah.
no. If I walk into the house now, my kids will like Levi or Sid will be there cooking and in the kitchen doing whatever the hell they
But
want.
it could be a nice fillet that you put aside for yourself.
Luttsy, it will be. It'll be lunchtime, and I'll be like, hey, what are you doing? I was cooking up something for lunch. What is it? Oh, it's just some steak that was in here. Oh, that was for dinner, mate. that was actually for dinner.
That'd do my head in, I reckon.
It's like that's a steak that you've taken out and
Almost in a different fridge.
But also, what they do is whenever they cook,
They leave a bloody great mess.
the fry pan is never the same again.
Oh, wait. No, I do that too.
Oh, no.
Left all the stuff
Oh,
on.
it's always like I have to put washing powder on it overnight. That's the hack. An Italian woman taught me. You put a bit
Washing
of water in the
powder?
bottom of a pot. You put like the washing powder on it, leave it overnight, and then it scrubs beautifully clean.
Oh, see, I found myself Googling that, because if my kids, God forbid, if they ever cook eggs, mate, they end up with more eggs on the fry pan. It's baked. It's part of the fry pan.
Do your kids put paprika on their eggs when they cook them? Because that's a big thing trending on TikTok at the moment. That's what my son does, and that cakes it onto the pan. Like burnt paprika and egg fat.
Right. So it makes it taste better, but it's bad for the pan.
Someone's got to teach these people how to cook.
But eggs would be big with young boys too, because that's protein.
Oh,
Yeah,
protein. Protein, Luttsy, only the best.
Whatever that means.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, all the AB negative blood types are going, no, you just got to have protein.
Smashing their protein.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that doesn't make me feel too bad, because at least I'm not in the same. At least I'm.
You're in the same
At
boat
least
as
you're not
everybody
saying,
else.
my kids are, and they clean up too. They, but not having that ability to be able to cook, or at least not ruin. I don't mind if they ruin their own food, but it's just ruining my stuff.
Yeah.
Because they'll use the nice pan.
Of course they will.
They're not going to use this. What do you
Well, I
use
gave up when they
use this
ruined my
shiny silver
body.
one.
They ruin your body, then they ruin your pants, and they ruin your bank
Oh, the
balance,
kids.
and they ruin your travel plans, but you love them.
Yeah.
They seem horrible. Like,
Yeah.
seriously, these whole kids situation. I didn't cook a meal when I was at school.
Well, one of the ladies we were with on the weekend was saying that she came back and she said that her son was trying to make like a shepherd's pie type deal or something.
Oh, yeah.
But he was that much of a dumbass.
Oh, no.
That he was trying to. She was going, "What are you doing?" He's going, "I'm trying to squash the potatoes out." He hadn't cooked them, the potatoes.
He's mashing them raw.
Raw tats.
Yeah, put it away,
On
son.
The Bachelor, he tried to make an avocado smoothie. You know, they make them, The Bachelorette, and he put the whole avocado in, and it buggered the blender.
blended
He's like, why is it so noisy? And yeah, it's because there's a whole seed
Like
in
the
there.
rock in the middle.
Thank God he didn't get a roast.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
How do we put it? Not useless kids, maybe. When do they start actually looking for themselves? Because
Oh, just when can they like with my kids? I wish they think that it's dangerous when you think you can do something, but you can't.
So you don't want them to, or you do want them to?
Well, I
when it
want
comes
them
to cooking and things like that.
I'd like them if they do cook. I'd like them to be able to cook, but when they cook, I think it's like when you have a baby and you can't wait for them to start walking. But then when they start walking, you go, oh, it's so much easier when they
Yes.
when they just sat there and they couldn't move because they just head for danger. When the kids cook, they ruin it. Like this pan, any pan, saucepan, doesn't matter. It's unsalvageable.
As I still
after
say,
they use it.
as I still say to Mum, they were Kath and Kim. You shouldn't have had me if you weren't going to look after me.
No, I know.
And I stand by that.
I know that's your philosophy.
I reckon they'll stop ruining pans when they're paying for the pans.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That's what I think. Which is like when they're 30.
Yeah,
when they move
exactly.
out of the granny flat, out of the back, because
And
you kicked them out.
any expensive pan should be like, it should come with like a warning that they put on, like anything else. It goes not to be used by anyone who's not over the age, who hasn't paid for it. Not to be used by anyone who hasn't paid for it. That's what it should be.
that's not. That won't stop them. That'll encourage them.
Who we got? Stephanie out of Runcorn. Yes, Stephanie.
So I wish that was true with the whole warning. because my ex-husband, who unfortunately was a terrible cook, but he rang me one day. He's like, "Oh, I'm going to cook dinner tonight," and I was like, "Okay, cool." I get home and I'm like, "What is that smell?" And he goes, "Oh, I'm cooking stir fry," and I'm like, "What sauce did you use?" And he's like, "Oh, hoisin." I was like, "Okay, how much did you put in?" And he's like, "The whole bottle." Oh. And I'm like, "What?" And I go, he goes, "How much?" He goes, "The whole bottle." I'm like, "Oh my God." I'm like, "You know, you're only supposed to put a teaspoon or, of hoisin in." And I felt bad because he had tried. So I still tried to eat it. Exactly. So I still tried to eat it because he had tried, and I got about a mouthful in, and I went, "Nah."
You need that freeze frame where it says, "It was at this moment Stephanie knew she had married a moron."
But that is a bit of a mere male thing. My dad did that. The first time and the only time he ever cooked for us was Mum was away, and we were like early teens, and he made us a red curry, but didn't realise you had to use coconut milk. He just put the whole paste in and just burnt chicken in the paste and then served that up.
I could do that. That's something I could possibly do.
So did your old man only cook dinner? You've only had one memory of your dad cooking dinner growing up?
Once, yes. We forced him to do it last year as an occasion. We made a big song and dance about it. Mum ended up prepping everything.
How has he got through life? Like, seriously, he's had someone cook for him.
Oh, my mum's the biggest enabler on the planet. Wow. If she pegs it, he's stuffed. Yeah.
Crystal out of Redland Bay.
What's pegs it mean?
No.
Oh, you haven't. Hang on, let's talk to someone else.
Yeah, okay. Let's move on.
You what?
Morning, Crystal.
Hi, morning.
What have we got?
You got 3 kids.
So I have taught my kids, well, my two oldest ones, since they're about between 8 and 10, to just, they cook cakes, they cook cookies, they use the air fryer. They can make chicken schnitzel, spaghetti bolognese, and I think it's important, and it gives them that sense of independence. And also, if you've got a husband who forgets to feed them, they can kind of feed themselves.
I'm seeing a running theme here. It always seems to be the husbands, not so much the kids, that are the problem.
Yeah.
But that's true. I started
it's a good repertoire
cooking.
Those kids have got
The greens cooking mixes where you bake a cake. You only have to put 3 ingredients in, mix it up, whack it in the oven. That's a good training ground, baking cakes.
Yeah. A good starting point.
Good starting point.
Nisha, you reckon to start even younger than 10?
Yes. I have got a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old, and my 6-year-old can actually cook scrambled eggs nicely with cream, salt and pepper in the pan. She can do fried eggs as well. She can make a piece of toast. And just to make it a bit further, I am Indian by ethnicity, and we do make chapatis, which is like, they're round and fluffy, and she can make chapatis with me as well.
Yeah, nice.
I just feel into your joint. That sounds amazing. Cream and eggs?
When she cooks, you can put the cream in the scrambled eggs.
I didn't know you could do cream in eggs.
When she does the eggs, though, does it stick to the pan, or has she got that under control? She's gone.
I just feel like there's a part of me, particularly living by yourself, like it's like a calculator has become redundant and obsolete. Like Uber Eats. It's cheaper than cooking your own meals.
Do you have a kitchen in your apartment?
Yeah, but it's spotless. I can resell my apartment as new. Probably not the bedroom. But other than that, obviously.
Bragging. Is that the Queen? Is that the Queen?
Hello.
Sorry, I didn't know you were on the line. I wouldn't have been disgusting.
Luttsy was being disgusting. Sorry about that.
No. You know what? Welcome, Nikki.
Thank you very much, Jackie. I've just been told that you're Mitch's mum.
I am Mitch's mum. Well, I actually called up and said I was Jamie Lee's mum, but that is true too. I just want to say that I took 4 beautiful children to school this morning. Will made his sister her toast, okay, while I helped Luke do something. So can you not put my grandchildren in any sort of category that they are useless, because they are fantastic and perfect.
Nana has spoken.
Yes, Nana has spoken. And also, Mitchell, we know you never become an alien. Your brother and sister did around about 14. But Mitchell was always perfect, Nikki.
Okay, all right. So I'm just going to fade. I'm so sorry you don't check your connection there, Mum. So, oh, she's still going. Okay, bye.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Ah!
Bright and Answer deal is here, with one lucky person winning $100,000 off the price of their new home every month. Drop into your nearest Brighton display home today.
Adrian out of Roachdale. What's going on, mate?
Just the usual.
Did you
work.
watch the Super Bowl yesterday?
I did, yeah. I had it on while I was working. I'll put working in air quotes there, but yeah, had it on, had a watch.
I see that Crash Craddock wrote, I think it was Crash, someone wrote an article saying that the Super Bowl has become like the midweek must-watch sport, that it's up there, it's rivaling the Melbourne Cup.
Really?
It's getting bigger every year.
It has. You go back 15 years ago, we didn't really give a toss about the Super Bowl.
It's
kids are on board now.
Pubs are packed.
Yeah.
My kid said that the teacher actually said, if you're interested, have a quick Google, see what the score was, and gave him 5 quick minutes during the lesson to say, go and check out the live updates. So
really?
It's even breaking into the curriculum.
Holy
hell. Yeah. My daughter's teacher put the halftime show on for him.
There you go.
Did you? Hey, did they like that, by the way? I bet you the kids liked it, did they?
Well, they're teenagers, right? So, of course, they liked it.
Yeah. What about you? I thought it was good. I thought it was great.
I thought it was all right.
Yeah.
Look, I didn't mind. I think Bruno Mars a few years back was probably a highlight for me. And you can't go past Prince.
Prince was unreal. Yeah. And I think Michael Jackson kick-started it.
MJ was the first
one.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going down the rabbit hole. We might talk about that later on. Well, good luck, Adrian. $100 up for grabs here. Luttsy's got the kickback cave in full effect as well, so something special for you. Win, lose, draw, doesn't matter. Here we go. 30 seconds on the clock, and your time starts now. Chrome is a web browser produced by which company?
Google.
Name one of the celebrities to appear during the Super Bowl halftime show yesterday.
Serena Williams.
What is the rarest blood type?
B negative.
What is the name of Perth's public transport card?
Don't know.
Spell receipt.
RECEIPT.
Stop the clock.
I feel like I've had that Perth one before.
I feel like we had that a couple of weeks ago. Maybe it was Melbourne. I can't remember.
That's rough. Perth.
It was Melbourne because I knew the Melbourne one.
Yeah, well, it was Melbourne, wasn't it, a couple of weeks ago? And
the Melbourne's Mikey. But
how would anybody know what the name of Perth's public transport card is?
Yeah, do they even have technology that advanced over there? Aren't they in the 80s?
We can laugh at them because they're not listening.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, this show goes national. I don't play this bit. We'll wait.
3 a.m.
All right, how long did Adrian have on the clock there?
2 seconds.
2 seconds left for you, Adrian. It's one of my favourite gimps this morning from one of our favourite Queensland bands, Busby Maroo.
Oh, yes, of course.
Bring in the gift. 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 Oh.
Busby Maroo.
That wasn't weird at all.
Busby Maroo.
Busby Maroo.
What? Are you speaking English?
Tom and Jerry
Busby
from
Maroo.
Busby Maroo.
Okay.
Tom Busby, Jeremy Maroo.
What else do you need to know?
More.
Rockhampton.
Nikki.
Yes.
It's very strange looking. I've done a lot of these. Smarter than who's.
Yeah.
I've never done
hair and curls.
one before with someone with their
Yeah,
hair and
half
curls.
a hair.
Okay, I'm going to look down so I stay focused here. Good luck.
Okay.
Here we go. 30 seconds on the clock.
Bloody hell.
Your time starts now. Chrome is a web browser produced by which company?
Google.
Name one of the celebrities to appear during the Super Bowl halftime show.
Kendrick Lamar.
What is the rarest blood type?
AB negative.
What is the name of Perth's public transport card?
Mikey.
Spell receipt.
RECEIPT.
Stop the clock. What was it?
2 seconds.
Oh.
Aswell.
Well, Adrian had 2 seconds as well. So in the event of a tie, person with the quickest tie wins. But in the event of a draw, benefit of the doubt goes to the batsman, i.e. the caller. So Adrian, if it's a draw, you win.
Attacking team.
there you go.
Attacking team. You were running left to right. I'll take a double two-go. I'm going to take a double two-go. Chrome is a web browser produced by which company? You both said Google, and that's correct.
Remembers stuff for you. It's good.
Yeah, it's 1-1. Name one of the celebrities to appear during the halftime show. You both said Kendrick. Of course, he was the star. That's correct. You could have said
Serena Williams.
Yeah, or Samuel
I felt like
L.
a trick
Jackson.
question because it felt too obvious because
Yeah.
we've been talking about it. And then I'm like, no, this is
Yeah,
obvious.
that's it. It's just Kendrick. Samuel L. Jackson was in there as well. So it's 2-2. We'll leave question 3. What is the name of Perth's public transport card? Well, of course, nobody knew that. But it's called...
What is
anyone?
it?
Anyone?
No.
Smart Rider.
Oh, okay.
Smart Rider, but...
He knew me. He knew
Sound-
Melbourne one as well. Me.
It's called Smart Rider, is
No, the
it?
Melbourne one.
Mikey.
Mikey's Melbourne, apparently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's Sydney?
How would I know?
Sydney?
I don't know.
Sydney's is Opal.
He hasn't
Oh,
got a-
it's
he hasn't
Opal.
got public
If only
transport.
they'd asked you that, mate. Adrian. I called you mate because I hadn't seen your name yet. Adrian.
Adrian.
I just went full bogan. Sorry.
Yeah, mate.
So listen, it's 2-2. Question number 5. Spell receipt.
Oh, God.
You both said RECEIPT.
That's right.
That's correct. Of course, it's I before E, except after C.
I know, and that was rattling through my head. But it's not always true
It doesn't
either.
work.
Not always true.
It's a stupid saying, that one,
Stupid
because
saying.
there's so many examples where it doesn't work.
Our English language is bollocks.
So it comes down to this one. What is the rarest blood type? Now, fair dinkum. Adrian said B negative.
Be negative.
And Nikki said AB negative.
And?
Nikki is correct.
Oh,
AB negative.
stop
is,
it.
like
Well
how bloody
done.
hell do you know
Let's know
that?
that.
Because I know blood types. Because Eat Right for
Clearly.
Your Blood Type, that book. You got to eat right for your blood type. So I'm always telling people you shouldn't eat that. I'm very popular at the dinner table.
Very impressive. 4-3 victory to Nikki Osborne. It means tomorrow when we play it'll be worth $200. But, as we said, Kickback Cape is pretty full. So Luttsy can go down there.
Look, I'm going to give you that Soak bathhouse voucher, Adrian. I've got this $200 voucher here for the ultimate date night. Give a Soak gift card. You can do that from just $35. Visit soakbathhouse.com.au. And look, I'm going to load you up a little bit here, buddy. Now, I'll give you the option. We've got this great $250 Lucky's Kitchen voucher, or a double pass to see Keith Urban's High and Alive World Tour at the Ent Cent on August 17.
This is like a choose-your-own-adventure trip to the cave.
KeithUrban.com for tickets. Which would you rather, mate?
I'll go with my man Keith. I think that sounds pretty good.
Oh, yeah. High and Alive, the World Tour, August 17. KeithUrban.com. You got a double pass to the Ent Cent for that one. Good on you, mate. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Cheers.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
All right, time to talk a little bit of sport thanks to KO. Geez, KO, it's had so much good gear on.
They've had all of it lately. They're full of it.
I was at Function Well yesterday, Nikki, and I had KO going.
Yes.
And
While you were squatting?
Well, just in between. I just had it, and then I had my earphones in just so I could be watching what was going on in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was like about 3 other people.
Yeah.
Two walking around just totally just addicted to their
I was hoping they'd have KO on the wellness centre, but they
yeah.
decided not to go against that. They had the Zen music playing, and
So the NRL trial matches are underway. The AFL's all about to get underway
this week, pretty much
as well. Yeah, it's pretty much it's going to be back on your screen. There's no off season, of course, with KO Sport. You can jump on board today. Sean Burgoyne, absolute legend.
Hawthorn
legend.
And Port had won a premiership with Port.
Let's not forget.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's not forget.
And he's joining the KO commentary team this year. Good morning, Sean.
Good morning, guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, well, enough of all this Hawthorn chat, mate. We're Brisbane. And actually, I must say that I was just checking out the premiership betting. I know it's a long way out, but I had a bit of a look. Yeah, Brisbane favourites. Hawthorn second favourites, though, for premiership. And I think it's fair to say specifically Brisbane, probably has strengthened, if anything, its player stocks after that big grand final victory last year. And I guess Hawthorn's probably done the same. So do you agree with that? They're the two teams that are at the top of the list?
Well, definitely Brisbane will be around the mark. Their home ground is no longer the Gabba. It's called the Gabbatron.
They never lose up there.
The
It's very
Gabotoir.
hard to get a victory. The Gabotoir.
Gabotoir, that's a good one.
That's not mine, by the way. I've heard that before.
Well, they added Will Ashcroft, the Norm Smith medalist's younger brother, to the team, who was touted to be a potential number one. So you've got an unbelievably talented young player coming in. They do lose Joe Danaher through retirement. He's going to be a big loss, but something tells me they'll be able to cover that with the team they have. They'll be around the mark for sure. As for Hawthorn, they exceeded expectations last year. They weren't really expected to do much, and they rose the ladder, and they rode the hype of their performance. And when you got little kids wearing wizard hats after Wizard Watson and and the like, so they'll be pushing to make finals this year, but with some expectations on them as well.
And we should say for you as well, like a relatively a newcomer to the team, mate. We got a newcomer here. Nikki's our newcomer. Now we got you on KO as well.
How's it going, Sean? How is it joining the Fox Footy team?
No, it's pretty excited. I'm very excited. So I'll kick off this week with the Fremantle All-Stars game in Western Australia, Perth. So I'm pretty excited. We've already had one function in Melbourne where I've met a lot of the crew and the other talent. On-air talent, so that was fun. Got another one tonight in Canberra, so head over there and meet some more people. But it's very exciting. They've got a big control over the market now, and I'm very excited to be a part of the team.
Yeah, you sure do. Every time we talk to you guys at KO, you're covering absolutely everything. It sounds like you're already everywhere at the moment. Sounds great.
Well, they are. It is. Well, the community series kicks off, which is all the trial matches between teams, and that's all going to be televised on KO as well. So I've had a look at the schedule. There's going to be games from Bunbury to Queensland, Tasmania, Geelong. So it's all spaced all around Australia, and KO are going to broadcast that, and it takes the game to the people, these first few trial games.
Yeah, obviously, as a former great, you want to stay involved in footy after you've finished playing, but to be able to do what you're doing, it's got to be the dream, hasn't it? You're travelling, you're still involved with the players, all the superstars of the AFL media as well.
Free tickets to the matches.
Free tickets, functions. You're probably picking up some cashies along the way, doing some MC work. I mean, come on!
Well, there is some cashes along the way too. Ex-players, ex-footy players are the kings at cashes. Don't you worry about that.
Aren't they just? Oh, my God. Jonathan Brown back in the day, he was raking it.
Oh, yeah.
There's always a junket going on, so the boys put their hand out pretty easily.
Hey, do you still stay fit, by the way? Like, Sean played his first game of AFL in 2001 and played his last game in 2021.
That's
think about that. Has anyone ever done that before? I don't know the AFL history of that, but
not many.
But 20 years of playing AFL footy, and then are you still fit today?
Yeah, it went a lot longer than I thought in my career, but yeah, I do still keep fit. I ride the bike and get in the gym. It's a habit that I'm trying to keep up, stay fit and healthy. I've got 4 kids, so I want to run around with them as well. So, they keep me busy.
You've done enough running.
You've run enough.
I'm telling you, you've done enough.
Sean, you've just got to keep those kids away from what's stashed under your mattress now.
Yeah.
All the cashies.
Yeah, all those cashy deals.
All the cashies. My missus takes that pretty quick. So there's plenty of bills. Raising a family is pretty expensive these days.
Yeah.
Oh, bloody kids. I know, Sean. I know all about it. They want jet skis and everything.
Did you end up buying that jet ski?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Got to make him earn it.
More cashies.
Well, it's great to meet you, mate. Welcome along.
Big year ahead.
We'll talk to you throughout the season. But, as we said, all of the great action you can get on KO. Sean Burgoyne, welcome addition to the Fox commentary team this season. Good on you, mate.
Thanks for having me, guys. Have a good day.
Cheers, Sean.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Experience boutique luxury accommodation, exceptional dining and exquisite events at Emporium Hotel Southbank, Brisbane's cultural epicentre.
The only way to farewell summer. Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne's end of summer party.
I'm chasing paradise with you.
We're close, just over 2 weeks away.
Is that what it is?
End of summer party, Feb 27.
Well, that's when the end of summer is, yeah.
The Emporium, Southbank, Terrace Rooftop Bar. And we've asked you to jump on board the Nova Player app, register your interest. If you want to come along, you think you can fit into our Slim Aaron's Retro Resort Palm Springs sort of setup?
Yeah, we're shooting some stuff today. I just thought
we've got a photo shoot.
I presume it's my outfit. Looks pretty cool. And yours looks good as well. In fact, I saw you wearing yours the other day. They all look good.
And I have a hair and makeup artist
You have hair and
here right
makeup.
now because
As we
I'm
speak.
not messing around. This is going to be high glamour.
Why don't we get polish these two?
Well,
You know
as
what I'm saying? Yeah.
the famous saying is you can't polish a turd.
No, these makeup
They
artists.
don't even try.
They don't even try with us. Seriously.
I think that's what we resent, isn't it? They just don't even
It's
try.
not even a conversation. Just go and do the shoot, you two animals. Anyway, look, how good's this name? We were inviting. Can I mention that now?
Yes, you can.
Sounds like a Zali Muscatello now. That's a fantastic name.
Hello.
Sounds like you're playing for Socceroos or something or other.
So, Zali, you're coming to our party soiree.
I'm coming. Very excited.
Now, what's your party piece, Zali? If there's anything that you bust out at a party, what do you do?
My party what? Sorry?
Your party piece. Like,
What do you got?
Trick.
what do you
moves
do
got?
when you get to a party? Like, that everyone goes, oh, that's so Zali.
Oh, I mean, I'm a Prosecco girl.
Yeah,
so
drinking. Yep.
Prosecco, yeah, I'm a great influence, aren't I? Yeah, look, a glass of Prosecco is my go-to at the start.
Yeah, Prosecco. You get in the party spirit with a Prosecco. You know what else really kicks in is a limoncello spritz. So
You keep pushing this.
I'm pushing it hard because it's giggle juice, man. Even my husband, he just gets giggly and silly on a limoncello spritz.
What, your husband giggles when he's on...
Yes, that's the power of the spritz.
That's the power of the spritz, Zali.
So Zali, are we gonna have a dance? We're gonna have like a girly
we're gonna
dance. Oh, we're gonna.
yeah.
Oh, I like that.
No,
This
it
is
says,
good.
says you're a bigger
Spirit.
waters girl. So, you're going to sort yourself out that you can come up here or down here or
Absolutely.
wherever we are, whatever. Up here.
I've got
whatever,
it sorted. I'm not missing the party, that's for sure.
No, of course she can make it here. I make it here every morning. She can make it to the party from Bigger and Waters.
You get paid though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do get paid. That's fair. But, Zali's going to be pumped full of
You get paid
Prosecco.
$800,000 a year. So
She'll be on the giggle juice.
Don't listen to Luttsy. I get paid twice that.
with cashies. Yeah.
Anyway, Zali, I can't wait to see you there. I'm genuinely excited. I haven't had a good party for, this will be 2 months. New Year's Eve.
2 months.
Yeah, 2 months.
Is that a long time between parties?
That's a long time. In fact, I might even go sober up until it, so then it really pooh.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm pinging.
Yeah. All
that?
right. No, I don't think you can.
No, because you're saying it in a
I'm saying
non-drug use
non-pharmaceutical
way.
way.
in
I think you can say pinging.
in like a waterfront property kind of way. That's how I'm saying.
Yeah, it's not as if it's suggesting you're doing
No,
it.
I don't even know the meaning
you won't
of
be
it.
injecting or
You're all
anything.
looking.
It's like we're just talking
You're not
about
gonna be shelfing
spritzes.
anything.
Spritzes. I'm not ruling that out yet.
There'll be no UV lights at
I
this
wasn't
party.
talking about you.
Bloody hell, we've descended.
Oh,
This
dear.
gives you an
That's what
idea of what's
I
going
reckon
to
that's
happen.
what Slim Aarons would have done. He would have had fun.
But don't drag him into it.
Zali's already distanced herself from this conversation.
dear.
We'll see you there, Feb 27.
Yeah, okay, all right.
It's all right. They don't have to come, Sally. We can just.
No, we will be there.
It's going to be fun.
You can experience
Emporium, of course.
boutique luxury accommodation, exceptional dining, and exquisite events at Emporium Hotel, South Bank, Brisbane's cultural epicenter. If you want to be there, jump on board the Nova Player app, and we are sending out more invites tomorrow.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Gosh, wasn't it a busy news day yesterday with the Super Bowl and Trump coming out with stuff about Harry and Meghan?
Oh, no, yeah. What did Trump say?
It's just.
How do you have
I
time
know.
yesterday for that?
People hate Trump, but good God, he makes me laugh because he's so arrogant.
Oh, well, you just can't see it coming. Like, you wouldn't think that he'd unload on Prince Harry and...
No, and he just says the most outrageous stuff. So he's come out because he's deporting everybody left, right and centre. And I think Harry's kind of blown into the country, not through the formal channels.
No, I think the problem, from my understanding, was he admitted in his memoirs that he did cocaine.
In Spare.
And somehow then they went, oh, well, you can't do that. Get out of our country. I think that's what I read.
Yeah, oh, okay, that might be
It's
it.
drug use.
I'm glad you know my story better than I do.
No, it's the only thing I know. That's all I know.
No, I think with our powers combined, we can tell an anecdote.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
But yeah, so he's come out and he said, no, I'm not going to send Harry out of the country. He's got enough problems with his wife. She's terrible.
That's out of control.
And I've just watched the internet having a conundrum all of a sudden because there's so many people that hate Trump, but they also really don't like Meghan Markle.
Yes,
and
so
they're like,
we've been anti Meghan Markle since the start.
Oh,
we've
really?
got to be
Okay.
honest, yeah, we
So I
called
feel
called
like-
her as a bad egg. Bad influence.
Yeah,
from
bad
the start.
bad
influence.
You know
Yeah.
what? It's because she's got those Disney princess eyebrows. Have you noticed her eyebrows are always up? So it's innocent eyebrows, and yet
Like fluttery kind of.
yeah. So she's always like looking innocent. Whereas
Yes.
Kate's just got like this stoic, stubborn face, and everyone likes that. No one likes an innocent-looking face. I digress. But what I'm talking about is watching the internet torn, going, wait, I really like that he said that, actually. Either way, it's all misogynistic.
Well, he's chosen. He's chosen his battles.
I think it was
well
very
in this instance.
That
That's
was very
I see what
strategic.
you're saying.
a wise battle to choose.
You're saying that there's been a lot of people out there that may not agree with his politics or whatever, but they've gone, well, he's got a point.
We'll
there.
give him a point with that one. And then what
He's calling
happened?
a spade there. I'll give him that.
He's so polarising.
I'll give him the
'cause
Meghan
Then we're
Markle.
watching the Super Bowl, and then Taylor Swift's sitting there. They've panned to Taylor Swift, and she's on the big screen, and the crowd boos.
They did, didn't they?
But do you reckon that was a
Is that his
dead
fault?
set boo, or do you just reckon that was people just
No, that
making
was
noise?
That was
it
a
a boo?
political boo. That was a political boo because last year after the Super Bowl, she came out and she endorsed Kamala Harris. And I'm pretty sure most of the Trumpies were in that crowd at the Super Bowl yesterday,
Is
and
New
Trump
Orleans
was there.
Trump? That's Trump. That's South, isn't it? Is that,
I don't know. Is that a red
nothing.
state?
I mean,
But do you
and
think-
a lot of the league seems to be against Kansas. No one wanted a three-peat except for Kansas City Chiefs fans. So, like, she's like a face of the Chiefs.
So it
because
could have
she's-
been Eagles fans as well.
Yeah.
That's
But
true.
also, wasn't she at the Super Bowl last year?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, she was. Oh, I
And
think she was.
Oh,
Yeah, she was. Yeah,
She was-
we
yeah,
weren't
she was
talking
there.
about her
She was,
getting
yeah.
booed at the Super Bowl last year. Like when she seems to have been well received. Like, don't you reckon that there's a chance that wasn't political? That was just sort of the opposition team having their moment. Like they were booing because she's Kansas City.
Oh, that is possible, but given that I was trying to thread Trump into it, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not playing
Yeah,
that.
you're trying to
angle.
blame Trump, but that which it may well be.
Or maybe it's because she didn't invite Blake Lively to the footy this year because Blake's having a Barney with
let's not bring
bloody
her
into it.
Baldoni.
Yeah, because she was there last year.
She was there last
didn't
year.
get it. She did not get an invite back.
No, so there's a lot of subtext in that too.
Well, so yeah, Blake Love was sitting next to Taylor.
Yeah, she
Last
was. She's
year.
all
She
part
was
of
a
it.
million to one to get a start this year. You know,
Taylor Swift is
take
the-
your bad.
Actually, this is deep because Taylor Swift is the godmother to their children.
Really?
Oh, got the boys excited.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
I watched the Kendrick performance. I was so interested to see how that was going to go. Kendrick Lamar, like a bona fide rap star. But this guy's hardcore. Like he's not a you know what I mean? Like he's
Yeah, I mean the theatrical.
the real deal,
Yeah.
Kendrick.
Yes.
Well, didn't they shoot a guy?
I don't know.
Is that
Is that his business? Is it?
something about someone's bodyguard got shot at some point?
Well, he's in the
There's beefs.
he's in the
beefs.
huge beef with Drake, but it just didn't seem like a usual choice to have this guy, you know, as the centerpiece at the Super Bowl to see how he's not a dancer. He's
Yeah, it's not
gonna have-
show tunes, is it?
He's not going to have 400
He's
people
not a
out there
triple
with
threat.
him.
He's a
No.
he's a single threat.
It's not Bruno. It's not Janet. It's not Michael. It's
Not
not
Beyonce.
Justin. It's not Beyonce.
Yeah.
They're always big,
Yeah.
high performance productions with multiple backup dancers, choreography.
Even the weekend, he was sort of he paid for his own ticket, didn't he? Last time when
Usher.
was.
I forgot that
Usher was last year too.
Yeah, and Usher did. But again, Usher can dance and sing and dance and all the rest of it.
And J-Lo and Shakira, that was amazing.
Yeah,
that was like just an epic, never-ending like feast for the eyes. It was
But again,
incredible.
with that, you know what you're getting.
Yes.
With those two, you go, okay,
Pageantry.
there's going to be a lot of showbiz. But I just reckon, I haven't seen anything like that done live before on the world's biggest stage. And I said, this is brilliant. Like I was actually feeling for Drake a bit because I was like, this would be such a
Did you see
this
his
would be
crew?
such a hard day.
His crew was watching at the Crown Casinos.
No.
There's photos of them all sitting there watching the halftime performance.
He's drowning his sorrows with $2,000 worth of Nando's.
Yeah.
Is that where you? What
Yeah,
he
I reckon he just like
Book
comfort
Nando's
ate.
as well. Yeah.
I wonder if he.
They watched it though. I mean, you couldn't see Drake watching it, but his whole crew did.
He was performing last night. Like Drake had a concert on last night. I don't know if he referenced it at the concert, but I don't know. And then I went to social media. I just want to see what the temperature is on social media. And I'm like, I'm so far off from what most people think, because everything I saw was that it was just a piece of crap. This is the worst Super Bowl.
I saw the headline, the crowd goes mild.
Yeah.
That's pretty brutal.
Look,
not what you want, is
as
it?
a viewer at home, I really enjoyed it. It was urban
I
street.
enjoyed it.
It was kind of had some grit to it. Was I going, wow, what a super talent? No, but I'm like, this is cool.
Certainly, it was well presented.
It was executed like a video clip.
Well executed.
It was shot for television. That's what I loved about it. Is it was like a made-for-TV product that even in the stadium, because their stadiums are so good over there, they've got those big screens. It would have actually looked good in the stadium.
Yeah.
I reckon it's going to be remembered as like one of the
best shit performances at the Super Bowl.
Well, it's going to be one of the most memorable. Like I think it will stand the test of
because
time.
It's different.
Yeah, like you mentioned Shakira and J-Lo.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, I remember that now, but I've forgotten about that.
Really?
Like that wasn't a memorable one for me, but for me, the Kendrick one's going to be right up there. There's Kendrick, and then there's going to be the Justin Timberlake and
Janet.
And Janet.
I mean, if you didn't like it, it's you don't like Kendrick. Like, you didn't like it because it was just an awful performance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was a very good performance. Like, you could hear every word he was saying.
Well, my
He was
husband can't stand Kendrick. He can't. He turns.
What's his beef
He tries
with
to
Kendrick?
turn it off. Like me and the kids, we're they're not like us. They're not like us to school every day.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh God, do I have to hear this anymore? Because he's like the whitest white person
Yeah.
ever. It's outrageous how white he is.
Your husband should go dance for Drake.
He probably
just as a real
should.
shove it to you, Kendrick.
Yeah,
You know?
actually, you
just
probably
wiggle that
jump
little
on.
English booty of his around.
Yeah, but I think
Giggling on his spritzes.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.